Hello, my name is Nettie, and I want to welcome you to the Mark Twain National Forest, the Caney Picnic Area, and to our program, Reptiles, Amphibians, and Spiders. Oh my! Today I'll introduce you to a few of the critters that we find on our glade. I'll also talk about Forest Service management actions and how these actions keep our glades in an open, healthy, functioning condition, and why it is important for the wildlife that use these areas. One of our more common species that use the glades is the rough earth snake. This is a gray snake that reaches 7 to 10 inches when it reaches adulthood. This snake likes to eat earthworms, but it will also eat other critters it finds under the rocks. And when it is captured, instead of biting, it releases a musty odor to detract its prey. Another common resident species is the northern fence lizard. Now these fence lizards, they're kind of grayish brown. The females have dark wavy lines on them, and during breeding season, the males get a bluish tint around on its belly side around its legs. Other critters that share the glades are the black widow spider, which the females are the ones that have the red hourglass on their abdomen. And they prefer the glades because they do have a lot of dark, warm areas where they like to live. Just like in some of our homes, that sometimes we find black widows live in our homes. They also are a venomous spider, so you need to be careful where you're putting your hands. Probably our most famous spider is the Texas brown tarantula. Our tarantulas in Missouri are much smaller than their desert cousins. These species probably arrived here around 8,000 years ago, when the whole area, this whole even Missouri area, was much warmer and drier. And our glades have kept that warm, dry environment which these species like to live in. And during the late summer and fall, this is when they do their migration. So you'll see them walking over roads and over through the glades. Because these species like this warm, open environment, they like the dry, rocky areas, much like the desert. Missouri glades offer this desert-like climate where they can survive. So why are the glades important to this species? Well, our glades are an open, rocky, grass-forb dominated ecosystem that are found on our south and west-facing slopes, and these slopes have or receive more sunlight and warms the ground for most of the day. So reptiles need this type of environment for thermal regulation. Pickerel frogs can be found under the rocks on the glades for hibernation during the winter, and in the springtime when rain is more prevalent here, they use the moisture that's captured under the rocks. The spiders, they use this as their home. The rock, under rocks and rock crevices, that's where they find their home, and then also they'll burrow into the ground of the glades. So the open condition that we need the glades in allow for dispersal and for finding homes on the glades, and that makes it easier for these species. Cedar trees, when they encroach on the glades, this can hinder dispersal and shade out areas reptiles can use for thermal regulation. This is why Forest Service management plays an important role in maintaining healthy functioning conditions for these species. So we use many management tools to keep our glades open and healthy, but the two main ones are cedar removal and prescribed fire. Now on cedar removal, we remove all the cedar from the glade that has become encroached. And then we'll put prescribed fire down. So the prescribed fire, that maintains the glade in an open condition. It keeps the brush and the cedar trees from coming back onto the glade. Both these activities contribute to open glades, which is what these wildlife species need to live. So in summary, glades are an important ecosystem that we need to restore and maintain for reptiles, amphibians, and spiders and other wildlife to use. Missouri glades provide shelter, food, and water part2 wildlife, much like we depend on our homes for the same things. Maintaining and restoring open glades are essential for species survival. So to end the program today, I would like to ask a few questions to see what you have learned. So the first question is, can you name one species or one fact about one species we've talked about? The second one is, name 2 management tools that the Forest Service used to maintain glades in a healthy, functioning condition. And 3, why is the management of glades important? I want to thank you for attending today's program, and if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. Thank you.